Hello, good evening. Welcome to Friday night's calendar.
Hello, thanks for joining us. Here are tonight's main stories.
The man accused of murdering a mother and her 3 children in a fire says he only wanted to hurt himself when he took a petrol can to their house in Bradford.
The retail workers facing a rise in abusive behaviour and the facial recognition technology hoping to help tackle it. Plus,
Curaçao have done it! A blue wave is heading to the World Cup!
The Rotherham United player who's helped one of the smallest nations on earth enter footballing folklore.
It's definitely a weekend of two halves. Weather-wise, I will of course have all the detail for the next few days a little later on. And
you are our buttons.
Oh, no, I'm not.
Oh, yes, you are.
after it was transformed into Tinseltown.
I loved my time up in Yorkshire.
Yorkshire's always wonderful.
Just why were the stars so taken with Yorkshire?
A man who started a house fire after setting himself alight has told his murder trial, "I didn't want to hurt anyone but myself."
40-year-old Sharaz Ali is accused of the murder of Bryony Gowith and her 3 young children, 9-year-old Dennisty Birtle, Oscar Birtle, who was 5, and 20-month-old Aubrey Birtle. They all died following the blaze at their home in Bradford in August last year.
Well, today Mr Ali told the court the fire was an accident and he didn't go to the house to harm the young family. Michael Billington has been following the case at Doncaster Crown Court.
Sharaz Ali maintains that on the night of the fire, he was the only person he intended to harm. Asked why he'd chosen to douse himself in petrol and set himself on fire at Bryony Gowith's house in Bradford, where his ex Antonia was staying, he answered, "I wanted to be next to her. I wanted her to see me do it." Prosecutor David Brooke KC asked, "You knew the children were in the house?" "It's the biggest mistake I've made in my life," he replied. "I regret that to this day." Mr Brooke continued, "Anyone who set fire to a house at 2 in the morning with small children upstairs, they would know that they would be very seriously hurt or would die. I didn't think that. I thought the fire would stop at me. I wasn't thinking straight," he responded. Later he told the court, "It was all an accident. I didn't go there to hurt Bryony or the kids." We also heard more today about the moments leading up to the fire. Earlier that evening, Mr Ali and his co-accused had travelled to a petrol station in Keighley before driving to Bradford. CCTV from the forecourt shown to the jury last week showed Mr Ali remaining in the car while 27-year-old Calum Sunderland put 7 litres of petrol in a can and paid for it. "You did not want to be seen on camera buying petrol, did you?" he was asked. "No, I was drunk," he said. "I didn't want to get out of the car." "You thought you'd send someone who didn't matter to be your skivvy," he was asked. "No, that's not true," he said. Both Sharaz Ali and Calum Sunderland deny murder. The trial here continues on Monday. Michael Billington, ITV News at Doncaster Crown Court.
Also in the News Tonight, campaigners say generations of young people in a North Derbyshire town have been left disadvantaged because their area still doesn't have a sixth form.
There hasn't been a setting for post-16 education in Bolsover for more than 30 years. It's one of only a few constituencies in the country in the same position.
It means teenagers have to travel out of the area to further their education, costing money and time they can ill afford. Katie Oscroft reports.
This hilltop town may boast a castle, but it's one of only 15 constituencies in the country without a sixth form. Plans have been in place here for some time to build one to accommodate pupils like these when they're old enough. But when Labour won the last election, proposals for new academies were put on hold, and here they are still waiting patiently for the Department for Education's next move.
It's about social mobility and improving life chances of the students in Bolsover and increasing opportunities. So as a trust, the Redl Academy Trust, we feel very passionate about increasing the opportunities for the students who come to our schools.
Grace is back at her old school to support the campaign. As a pupil here, all she wanted was to go to sixth form.
I really enjoyed my subjects and everything.
She left because of the long journeys each way and having to give up other activities.
I spoke to people in the year above me and who'd left. They also lived in Bolsover and they went on to do other things as well. Not because the school was bad, but because they couldn't deal with the things that having to miss out on.
If you live in my area, you are the least likely of anywhere in Derbyshire to get A-levels. A quarter of people in my area have no qualifications at all. A quarter of people in my area have GCSEs only. And we know that that limits what they can and can't do with their lives.
The nearest sixth form, it doesn't even have a bus route.
These students want to further their education, but know they'll have to leave the area too to do that.
It's just like such an overwhelming experience compared to if there was just one down the road.
Travelling costs money and stuff, and like you want to be someone local because you have all these bonds, memories.
So if there's extracurricular after school or any extra opportunities, I'm relying on the bus that leaves at normal school time to get home.
Most schools with a sixth form is about 40 minutes away.
There is a petition in this town to secure a sixth form, and those behind it want the government to up its game and secure a better future for the next generation. Katie Oscroft, ITV News, Bolsover.
Well, we've approached the Department for Education for a response to the concerns raised there in Katie's piece. We've yet to receive a reply.
Police investigating the death of a father found unconscious outside a bar in Doncaster 2 years ago have charged 2 men in connection. 53-year-old Jason Gaskin was found unresponsive outside a working men's club in Bolby in October 2023. South Yorkshire Police have charged a man with manslaughter and a second with assault and perverting the course of justice. Both appeared in court today.
A former teaching assistant has been jailed after admitting a string of sexual offences against children. Nathaniel Holt from Leeds was jailed for 5 years and 8 months for numerous offences, including the sexual assault of 2 girls under 13. The 26-year-old was also made to sign the sex offenders register. Well, we're at the end of November and Christmas is getting closer, and that means our high streets and shopping centres are getting busy.
So spare a thought for shop workers who'll be run off their feet, and many of them facing abuse as they simply try to do their job.
Well, it's prompted a new campaign reminding people to treat those working in retail with respect. Adverts have gone on display in places including Trinity and White Rose in Leeds and the Broadway in Bradford. Lauren Hall reports.
They say it's the most wonderful time of the year, but perhaps not if you're working in retail, as they know only too well at Harvey's of Halifax.
Shop theft and abuse towards staff is all too prevalent, unfortunately. It is something that happens on a very regular basis, on a daily basis, and our teams shouldn't have to put up with that sort of abuse.
In a recent survey, 3/4 of shop workers say they've experienced abuse this year. Nearly a quarter report being physically assaulted, and nearly half say it makes them want to quit.
We've all got a vested interest to see happy, healthy high street shopping is the UK's favourite pastime. It should be a really happy, joyful experience, and I'm afraid too often at the moment it isn't.
Far from it, looking at this CCTV. After a similar incident at this charity shop, the owners installed Face Watch. This camera uses facial recognition technology to alert staff to any repeat offenders.
You don't expect just to be attacked. Verbally, maybe I get it. I get people are angry, but what you don't expect is to someone to connect with you, physically touch you in any way, shape or form.
A new advertising campaign aims to tackle that by reminding shoppers to be respectful. And it's come at a good time as we head into Black Friday and the Christmas shopping period.
Adverts will be displayed on high streets and in shopping centres. Moses Oregon is one of the faces of this new campaign.
I've been sworn at, I've been spat at, I've been punched, I've been kicked. People just need to calm down. They need to realise we're human beings.
Shoppers we spoke to hope the campaign will make a difference.
In this day and age, when you're shopping, you should treat everyone with respect. So I think telling everyone to go and treat the workers nicely, smile, be happy, it's a great campaign.
It's a little bit doom and gloom out there. You know, also a time when people feel a little bit miserable, a bit down. So that's, so it's a good initiative.
People who seem to be quite angry and want to take it out on other people. And I think
being caring and considerate is a good thing.
With Christmas getting closer and shops getting busier, workers are hoping customers will remember to treat them with respect. Lauren Hall, ITV News.
You're watching Calendar, and still to come before the end of the programme.
It's every boy's dream, and I'm proud to say it. I'm going there.
How Rotherham United's Arjani Martha helped Curaçao become the smallest ever country to qualify for the World Cup.
And for the last couple of days of the month and the meteorological season, there's definitely plenty of weather to talk about. I'll be here, of course, with your weekend forecast a little later on.
The cull of badgers to limit the spread of TB in cattle is to be wound down.
Lincolnshire and Derbyshire were 2 of 70 areas where licences were issued, but the government says only 1 will be issued for next year.
The move has been welcomed by the Badger Trust that claims the cull is inhumane. But the National Farmers Union says it has been a crucial tool in protecting livestock. Nick Smith reports.
They're Britain's largest wild hunting mammal, but for many years, badgers like Minty, recovering here at a wildlife sanctuary, have been hunted by us in efforts to stop the spread of bovine TB.
Since the government introduced the badger cull as a policy in 2013, 250,000 have been killed across our countryside. But in one recent Westminster debate, the government officially confirmed that the cull would be wound down and we would look to other methods of controlling bovine tuberculosis.
We are investing in non-lethal interventions and cattle-focused measures, non-lethal for badgers, that is, I have to say, including both cattle and badger vaccinations, to end the badger cull by the end of the Parliament.
It's a move welcomed by this Derbyshire badger group, as it's had a harmful impact on local populations.
We know the badger population has gone down a lot, but they are still out there. They're very resilient creatures. They form the countryside. I mean, just walking around this wood here, you can see that they form mounds. Eventually other animals take over where badgers do move on, and they provide so much habitat for other animals.
But many farmers fear the cull ending. Bovine TB control has seen more than 200,000 cattle slaughtered. Beef farmer Liz Webster lost her prize bull after testing and worries the cull's removal will put her remaining herd at risk.
We have seen a change since we had a licence, and we have actually seen a decline in TB. Things have got a lot better and have been improving, so it's devastating that all of that is about to be undone. Most people never see a badger. They are incredibly difficult to keep on top of. They're also very aggressive, so the thought that you are going to be able to vaccinate all the badgers is fantasy land.
Wildlife campaigner Robert Pownall's petition prompted the recent debate, insisting recent evidence indicates the cull can actually have the reverse effect.
Farmers should be concerned about the status quo continuing, not that the badger cull is going to stop. The reality is simple. We need better biosecurity on farms. We need better, more accurate testing, and we need proper tracking of cattle movement. Those are the solutions, not a continued mass slaughter of a species that clearly the science shows is not affecting the rates of TB in cattle.
DEFRA's new bovine TB strategy shifts focus to protect rather than persecute badgers. But with cattle vaccines still in their trial stages, some farmers say commitments to end the cull now are too premature. Nick Smith, ITV News.
Well, now on to something completely different. Time for some sport. And Chris is with us. And Chris, what's this? It says here the World Cup is coming to the region.
Well, yes, potentially, Sally. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, shall we? Leeds' Ellen Road Stadium is one of the venues put forward to stage the Women's World Cup in 10 years' time.
Powering local sport in the community. Octopus Energy sponsors ITV Regional Sports Report.
Now, the football associations of England, Scotland, Wales and Ireland have today submitted their application to stage the Women's World Cup in 2035. Ellen Road has been put forward as one of the 22 venues to stage matches should the bid be successful. It will be the first World Cup on these shores since 1966, and the team behind the bid say it will be the biggest ever single sport event staged here. We'll find out if it's happening in April next year.
This is so important for Leeds, and it's so important for the girls and the women in our city to be able to represent and take a chance and be brave and see where their sporting opportunities could take them. And it might not be football, but it might be that drives a passion and it encourages someone else to take up a stage that they may not have considered right here and right now.
Well, I'm sure the atmosphere at Ellen Road for that will be a lot better than what it was last weekend. There were boos from some sections of the crowd after Leeds' defeat to Aston Villa, which saw the Whites slip into the Premier League relegation zone and increased the pressure on manager Daniel Farke. The German is coming under extreme scrutiny following a run of 5 defeats in their last 6 matches, but he insists his team are still playing for him. OK, meanwhile, in the Championship, Sheffield United will be looking to build on consecutive 3-0 wins when they travel to Leicester tomorrow, whereas Sheffield Wednesday, who haven't won since September, can call upon new signing Nathan Redmond for the visit of Preston. OK, we seem to have a few technical difficulties, but we'll carry on with the sport. Hope you can still hear me back home. Now, one of the country's form teams are Rotherham United. The Millers are unbeaten in 8 League One matches, and they have an international superstar within their ranks. Well, he is a superstar on one tiny Caribbean island anyway. Here we are, we're back again. His name is Ajani Martha, and last week he helped Curacao become the smallest nation ever to qualify for the World Cup. Arif Ahmed has been to meet him.
Arif, I can't believe what happened last week.
Ajani Martha is back in South Yorkshire after making history in the Caribbean.
I love it.
Last week, the Rotherham United midfielder helped Curacao become the smallest ever nation to reach the World Cup.
It gives me a great feeling to put Curacao on the map. Imagine standing there with the biggest players in the world on the highest level and being there with a small island. We fought through this. It's just a crazy feeling.
Despite having a population of 156,000, less than that of Rotherham, Curacao finished unbeaten and top of their qualifying group. A 0-0 draw against Jamaica sealed their place in next summer's finals.
A blue wave is heading to the World Cup!
Everybody cried, and I think there was a pain inside for all the hard work you did, and it all just came out. I couldn't believe it because it's every boy's dream to go to a World Cup, and not everybody can say I've been there. And I'm proud to say I'm going there.
And what was it like going back home then? Those celebrations, those scenes?
It's crazy because I never saw so much people on Curacao. It's such a small island, but you don't see a lot of people. But when we went back, you saw people everywhere. When we was on the parade, you see a lot of people standing across the road, watching us, cheering, singing our songs. It's just an amazing feeling.
Good take. Opportunity! Ajani Martha!
Ajani joined Rotherham in the summer, and after a rocky start, he's helped the Millers find their feet in League One. Unbeaten in 8 games, like Curacao, this small town team have lofty ambitions.
We got one rule: don't lose. It's a draw or a win. We will give everything to get to the playoffs, to play the playoffs against all the other teams, and we hope we win, and then we go to the championship again.
The focus now is all on Rotherham, but Ajani will always be reminded of the World Cup in America when he plays here at the New York Stadium. Arif Ahmed, ITV News.
Well, I've got to say, I'm pleased we got the pictures back, because that was a lovely piece from Arif, wasn't it, there with Ajani? And, you know, Curacao, they might be my second team at the World Cup next year. Only a tiny Caribbean nation, but...
When England get knocked out,
when they get knocked out, indeed.
Lovely place as well. I was looking on the internet earlier, just pictures of it. It just looked fantastic.
You've never been?
Never been. I think we should
love
go.
the Caribbean, Ian.
When's the next flight, eh?
I don't know. Fingers crossed.
Well, sorry, we do apologise for those technical difficulties that we experienced there, but it was a calendar on the radio, wasn't it, just briefly?
Some people say I have a face for radio as well, so that's all right.
I would never have said that, Chris. They're your words, not mine.
Yeah, if it was a radio programme, that's what it would be like, definitely. Thank you very much indeed, Chris.
You're welcome.
Well done. Now then, the ITV Evening News continues at 6:30. Let's find out what's happening with Geraint Vincent.
Coming up on the programme, mass screening for prostate cancer has not been recommended for use on the NHS, but some men will be screened. We'll have the details and the reaction. Jailed for life, the man who murdered a pensioner before robbing him of his shopping, a box of cornflakes and a cottage pie. Rachel Reeves is accused of misleading the country before the budget, and the campaign to save the spot where Auld Lang Syne was written. Join me for those stories and more at 6:30.
Yes, thanks very much to Gerrit. Now, I hope you're all in working order this evening, Kerry.
Well, I think so. Shall we see how it goes?
Yeah, let's give it a try.
It's been a lively one
definitely
weather-wise,
been lively today out there weather-wise. Yeah, maybe that's had something to do with it. I'll show you the satellite and radar. We started off with some sunshine this morning, but you can see this area of rain. A band of rain became very thin, but was actually a squall line, the air rising very rapidly. And we had some really big downpours accompanied by some very strong winds, but either side some lovely sunny spells. Had an email saying there's been hail in Filey, Keza. This was at the Humber as that system pushed its way. You can see Martyrs cloud just starting to build up there, that bulging cloud out of the thunderstorm developing as it pushed out into the North Sea. This was Scarborough. At one point for McBray, and very suddenly it looked like that. So yeah, it has been very lively. We've got some lively weather on the way. It's all clear out there tonight, so it's almost the calm before the storm. It's not officially stormy tomorrow. We haven't named any storms, but I've been going on about it all week that it's been a very complicated system. And I'll just show you the rainfall stats. Oh, I've slipped that one in there. You see, there's a gremlin in there. There's a gremlin in the work. There's your clear skies for this evening at Clumber Park. And this is our November rainfall. So far, of course, we've got a couple of days to go. We've all had more than we'd expect. I think Derbyshire as well, 150%. And you can see on the map in the left there that our southern and eastern parts of the region, North Notts, East Yorkshire and South Yorkshire have been very wet. And it's that area that's got a weather warning for it as we head into tomorrow. So we're expecting that are just horrible driving conditions, not great for Christmas markets. It won't be all day, but when it's coming down, it won't be very nice. So Sunday is the better day if you want to be out for a little walk. It'll be cold and chilly. You might need your Christmas jumper on, but Sunday's looking like the best day of the weekend. Of course, this weekend is the last of the month and also the last of me talking about the autumn. So I thought I'd show you two photos finally. This is my favourite of the past week. Snow on the beach at Whitby. I think it makes, it's the red coats, isn't it, that does it for that one. A big thank you to Deborah for sharing. And this is my favourite one of the season, Scampston Hall in Moulton. A big thank you to Elaine. There you go.
Lovely, nice colours there. Kerry, thank you very much indeed.
You're very welcome.
For the time being. And finally, it was all go on the red carpet last night, wasn't it, for the premiere of the Christmas comedy Tinseltown.
Yes, and Hollywood stars have been singing the praises of God's own country ahead of the film's release. It was shot in Yorkshire using locations like Knaresborough, Harrogate and Wetherby when it was filmed earlier this year.
Well, our Helen Steele got her glam on to join the stars at the premiere in London last night to find out just what they thought of this glorious county.
And today she, well, hot-footed it to Knaresborough to find out what they thought of the stars.
There is one thing knocking around. Theatre in England.
Yes! It's the story of a famous American actor.
The Pantone leads, Brad Mack,
who's welcomed into a fictional Yorkshire village with open arms.
Well, nice and quiet all around there, thank you.
But this is the story of how the real folk of Yorkshire played host to Hollywood.
And action.
It all started back in February, when filmmakers brought the likes of Rebel Wilson, Kiefer Sutherland and Derek Jacobi to Wetherby, Harrogate and Wakefield. And here in Knaresborough, this salon made the cut, appearing in the final edit.
Hi Kelly! Hello. I hear they were filming just out there and you were desperate to get your hands on the hair.
Yeah, that's right. So why don't we do yours today?
Amazing.
Fabulous. Come on over.
Tell me all about it.
The first we knew of it, we had a guy come along and just say he was looking at a location to do a film. We didn't know the name of the film. We were just asked to sort of like keep our Christmas decorations up.
Got there. Bring the brollies in, please.
A lot of what you saw was brollies coming out because of the weather, wasn't it?
Yeah, we overheard them doing their like Yorkshire accents, but the main thing was about getting the brollies back over the hair. But now I do wish I'd have got her in for a hair done.
Tinseltown 2, maybe?
Maybes, yeah, maybes.
Thank you so much. Well, if I was Rebel Wilson, I'd definitely have come here.
No worries.
I'll go and meet your sister now, is that okay?
Yeah, go meet my sister.
So, your flat up there, they actually filmed from there, didn't they?
Yes, that's correct. Yes, so they had 2 actors from the window. There was a scene out in this yard where Kiefer Sutherland was stopping some robbers. So we're really hoping that all the local businesses and shops are in the film. That'd be really great. I think a lot of people do like films. I think they'll want to come and see the locations. Hopefully the traders will see more. People want pictures.
Another key location, Wetherby.
Where? What the? To say they're famous and, you know, they go all over the world, to come to our little town, and they were just normal people. There was nothing glitzy about them, they were just lovely. I quit.
The pantomime is opening tomorrow night.
Dad, keep trying to run away.
Well, with backdrops like this, it's clear to see why filmmakers would want to come here. And people here in Yorkshire clearly took delight in having Hollywood stars come to their hometown. But what was clear from last night's premiere was that the feeling was mutual.
Oh yeah, Yorkshire, Yorkshire.
Yorkshire's always wonderful. Oh, fantastic. Freezing.
First question, follows the story of someone who's really disappointed to end up in Yorkshire. I mean, surely that's not right. It's great, isn't it?
I mean, yeah, I loved my time up in Yorkshire. I mean, it was very, very cold because we filmed the movie in February. But, I mean, the people there were so welcoming. I just had a great time.
We've only got a few days to get this show on the road.
What was your best warm-up line to get into the accent?
I love, yeah.
That's it, that's all you need, isn't it?
For others, it was the pull of Yorkshire and Christmas.
I think it's a wonderful excuse to be camp, to be over the top, to celebrate Christmas. I am a Christmas girl.
You know, I think what Christmas represents and its potential is bringing together a family and friends. And I think everybody has so much hope.
And there's hope back here that filmmakers will flock to Yorkshire, its famous ruins leading to riches.
It's showtime.
Helen Steele, ITV News.
Oh, it's a tricky accent to perfect, isn't it, Yorkshire? They did their best, those Hollywood stars, but nobody does it like us natives, I don't think.
You've got a lovely accent, Sally.
Oh, thank you very much. You say the nicest things.
Oh, beautiful.
Let's see what Kerry's got to say. Here she is with the weather.
Today's forecast: seafood and sugar cube towns. TUI sponsors ITV Yorkshire Weather.
Hello again. Yes, the weekend is almost upon us and there's plenty of weather to come. This morning, plenty of blue sky to start the day, but of course we had that squall line sinking its way southwards, giving us some intense rainfall for a short time, accompanied by strong and gusty winds. And then into the weekend, it's very hit and miss. Tomorrow, a lot of rain expected, mostly dry and sunny for Sunday, but feeling much colder, and then further rain again from the west as we head into Monday. So as we head through into this evening, actually the drier and the clearer conditions coming through the first part of the night. But as we head into the early hours, the cloud will thicken from the south, showery outbreaks of rain starting to push in, especially south of Leeds and east of York. That's where we're going to see the heaviest and most persistent of the rain as we head into Saturday. But North Yorkshire and West Yorkshire are not out of the woods. So as we head into tomorrow, 7:57 and 3:51 are your sun times. Cloudy and unsettled tomorrow morning as the periods of rain or spells of rain push north and eastwards. Misty and murky and damp and potentially wintry a little bit later on as the low pressure system pushes out into the North Sea and spirals round further spells of rain pushing into North Yorkshire and yes, producing something a little bit wintry, some wet snow for the Dales, for example, as we head into the evening. It does all push away into the North Sea tomorrow night. Some very strong winds out towards the coast for a time and then a touch of frost with the risk of icy stretches in rural spots as we head into Sunday, but a beautiful day. But waiting in the west, more rain. That's going to come through as we head into Monday with milder conditions, windy conditions, sunshine and showers thereafter.
TUI sponsors ITV Yorkshire Weather.
Those temperatures are all over the place, aren't they, up and down?
It's all going on, Sam.
It really
it's all
is.
Going on.
We'll get nice day Sunday, but we'll pay for it tomorrow, won't
take
we?
care out there, yeah.
Excellent.
Kerry,
Yes, well, thanks very much for watching. Sorry again for some of the problems we had earlier on the show, but we'll be back on Monday at 6 to do it all over again.
Have a
Join us
great
then.
weekend.
Have a great weekend.